Hello YouTubers out there, this is Jerry Sutterview at the Movies. So today we're talking about a film I haven't seen, but it's garnered a little bit of controversy, 3 Generations. Now this is a transgender themed family drama. Stars Elle Fanning as a boy, a transgender boy, Susan Sarandon and Naomi Watts, who do not play transgender characters, but I guess they're family. Anyhow, the transgender boy named Ray is looking for acceptance in his family. So, where's the controversy? Well, it's not so much that it's about a transgender character, but that the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA, has decided that the film would be best if it was rated R as opposed to PG-13. Reason being, not because there's a transgender character in the film, but because of obscene language. And by the way, the mother of the transgender boy is played by Naomi Watts, and the grandmother Susan Sarandon. So they're trying to support Ray's transition from female to male. So, the LGBT community says this is a film that all families should see, in particular any with transgender boys or girls, or whatever the case may be, in their own family, should be able to see this film that presents, I'm gathering, a positive portrayal of a transgender character. So apparently Sarah Kate Ellis, the president of the LGBT media advocacy organization GLAAD, sent a letter to the MPAA writing, "Your decision to designate 3 Generations a restrictive R rating sends a dangerous message to this already marginalized community. Hollywood desperately needs to share stories of transgender youth that foster acceptance." And she adds, the film does not include graphic violence, drug use, or nudity. It merely portrays a modern family. The Weinstein Company also announced its own protest of the R rating. Harvey Weinstein, saying this was the co-chairman of the Weinstein Company, would truly be a travesty if the MPAA effectively prevented high school students from seeing this film. The film obviously has been put out there by the Weinstein Company. Apparently, according to GLAAD, the Chief Communications Officer Rich Ferraro, when asked by the Daily Beast, the online newspaper, whether GLAAD believed the film's inclusion of a transgender character was responsible for the R rating, the Chief Communications Officer, Rich Ferraro, wrote, "There are 5 instances of strong language in the film, and there's never been a transgender character in a G, PG, or PG-13 film, with the exception of a handful of PG-13 films that have used trans women as punchlines." So, since we're just discussing the rating, it's interesting to note the following. There was a film called The Hip Hop Project, which was a PG-rated film, PG-13 rated film. There are 17 uses of the F word in it. Fuck. Okay? Gunner Palace, a documentary of soldiers in the Second Gulf War, has 42 uses of the word, with 2 used sexually. Then there's the film Bully, a 2011 documentary about bullying, which they had to resubmit the film to get the PG-13 rating. Philomena also has 2 uses of the word, and The Martian also has 2 uses of the word, but that doesn't even matter as much because they also mentioned that Adventures in Babysitting has use of the word twice in the same scene. But it's the Hip Hop Project and the Gunner Palace that are interesting to consider as films where they were rated PG-13 and they had far more uses of obscene language than apparently the 5 instances of use in this film, 3 Generations. Now, is the reason because it's about a transgender character who's played by an actress, Elle Fanning, who is not transgender? Because sometimes, even if there's an actor or actress or whatever the case may be who, let's say in this case, who actually is transgendered, that might be seen as almost an affront to the MPAA. Because sometimes this is how they may not say it, but sometimes they base their decisions on this. So in this case, they just say, well, there's some obscene language, so therefore, we have to give it the R rating. And yet you look at these other films that I just mentioned, and what's the deal? So I signed the change.org thing. Without having seen the film, it's just the principle that matters. And what do you all think? Do you think that maybe the film should just be rated PG-13? What's the big deal? This is just about a transgender person, as if it was anyone else going through a transition in a family drama. What else is new except the fact that it's a transgender character? So should it be rated PG-13 or should it be rated R? Tell me what you think. And please subscribe to Jerry Sadavi at the Movies. And I promise I will have many more videos to come. There are not a whole lot on this channel. I do have another channel that is mentioned on the left-hand side, I think, where I have other types of videos in there, including movie reviews. So please subscribe. And this is Jerry Sadavi at the Movies, signing off.